train the trees' roots across the water and forge them into a bridge. That power to recognize possibilities, to really see, lives inside of us. Like a root bridge, it can connect us to the world, to the wisdom of our past, to those who come after us.
Podamos hacer muchos andenes que ustedes pueden ver para que enfrentar el cambio climático.
Grassroots innovation are built by the people, for the people, as they build resilience towards the local challenges they face every day.
It's really imperialistic to think that solutions come from the industrial technical world now.
There are probably millions of pieces of knowledge which are incredibly powerful for solving global problems that we'd have no idea because we're not even looking for them.
Sorry for that. So good evening and welcome. So I want to welcome in the name of all the team that has been working over 2 years on this documentary. It started with the For Tomorrow initiative, a first-of-a-kind partnership between the United Nations Development Programme and Hyundai Motor Company. It's been a real interesting ride working with two real large companies and seeing that we can work together to have a common goal. I've been working in creative agencies for all my life, and I'm turning 50 Monday, so it's been a while. And it's the first time that I'm so proud, really proud. I say that always to my clients, but this time I really mean it, of the work that we have done. So I would like the people who has been working for 2 years on this project just to stand up. Please stand up and give them a round of applause. Gina, for Jan, so him also. So thank you very much. I hope you're going to enjoy this documentary. I'm going to hand over to Erica because I'm terrible in pronouncing names, so I don't want to make here a scandal. So Erica, please.
Thank you, Gassi. Pressure is on me. Hopefully my rehearsal is paying off. Indeed, Gassi is right. It's been such a journey for us to be here in this room, to see together the documentary. And I'm very excited to share with you that it's going to be released tomorrow on Amazon Prime, as well as the Fixing the Future Festival in Barcelona. Excellencies, guests of honor, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Erica Antoine. I lead the communications of the UNDP Accelerator Labs, and I will be your master of ceremony tonight. On behalf of UNDP, the United Nations Development Programme, and Hyundai Motor Company, first pronunciation correct, I hope, we welcome you for tonight's world premiere of For Tomorrow, the documentary. Thank you. We are honored to have with us tonight Mr. Achim Steiner, United Nations Development Programme Administrator, Mr. Songwoo Ji, Vice President of Brand Experience of the Hyundai Motor Company, UNDP Accelerator Lab's founding investors, the Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development of Germany, represented tonight by Her Excellency Antje Ledenstedt, Ambassador and Permanent Representative of Germany to the United Nations, and the Qatar Fund for Development, with Ms. Rhoda Al-Naimi, Strategic Partnerships Director representing Mr. Khalifa bin Jassim Al-Kuwari, Director General of the Qatar Fund for Development, Her Excellency Ambassador Hunjo Oh, Deputy Permanent Representative of the Republic of Korea to the United Nations, Documentary Director Anne Tran, Executive Producer Iliad Kotek, and some of the protagonists of the documentary that you will meet shortly after the screening during a Q&A. Emmanuel Ali Mansare, who just came today from Freetown. Welcome to New York, Emmanuel. Professor Anil Gupta, founder of the Honeybee Network, pioneer in grassroots innovation. Thank you for being here with us and flying all the way from India and arriving just this morning. He just slept 30 hours ago, so kudos. And Gina Lucarelli, UNDP Accelerator Labs team leader. We're delighted to have such a diverse crowd and diverse audience with us tonight. Permanent missions to the United Nations, colleagues of various programs and agencies of the United Nations, students, actors of the innovation world, partners, filmgoers, producers, and all the colleagues we applauded just a short while ago who made this film a reality. Thank you all for joining us tonight to celebrate grassroots innovation that moves us closer to a more sustainable planet. Without further ado, I would like to invite the administrator on stage for your opening remarks.
Thank you so much, dear friends, dear colleagues. Let me say and use something that sometimes in the United Nations can save you a lot of time, but is in no way meant disrespectful. All protocols observed, and I look particularly at the front row here, people who either have made not only this evening possible, but indeed the story, the platform, the network of the Accelerator Labs have brought us into contact with the people that feature centrally in this documentary today. And I want to repeat, both Germany and Qatar really were, in an unusual sense, angel investors in an idea that continues to change the way we think about development. And you know, to some of you, the notion of development, the notion of a company and the United Nations program coming together may seem a little unusual. But the whole process of thinking about our common future actually requires us to step back for a moment, to look and listen for ideas, for solutions, for views about how things could be done differently in ways that we usually don't have time. We live in times of distress, of stress, of conflict, and of a cost of living crisis in which the necessity of thinking about the moment tends to dominate everything else. And yet, as you all know, our common future depends so much on being able to rethink and reinvent ourselves on a pace and on a trajectory that is almost without precedent. Trying to understand where innovations emerge from, how people find solutions to things that some may spend their whole life trying to solve and will never find an answer, and then stumble across somebody who just found that answer. Being able to learn from one another, to see the world through the eyes of those in whose name also we in the United Nations Development Program often profess to work, requires us to step back, to listen, to learn, and then, yes, also to bring that notion of a network to bear on how we can actually scale up solutions. Hyundai and UNDP are indeed two global institutions, one in the private sector, we in the public sector, coming together in order to understand better where the future is being invented every day, where the lessons from not only mistakes but also failed experiments are being processed every day, was something that allowed us to look through that window of, can we do something together that actually allows all of us to benefit from better understanding where ideas, innovation, the energy, the startup culture that really exists in every community, in every country is taking place. I won't take any more of your time tonight except to say I'm so excited by actually being in this movie theater, because 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when we began this journey, I wouldn't have imagined meeting Anil, a Honeybee Network, to be in the Lincoln Center in New York for a world premiere of a documentary that will tomorrow be on Amazon Prime, to be working together with Hyundai and so many others, and to meet Anne as a director. I think these are the moments that should give us also not only pause for thought, but actually reasons to be hopeful. And in that spirit, I wish us a fantastic world premiere tonight. Thank you so much.
I'm being told I need to wait a couple of seconds. Thank you so much, Administrator, for your opening remarks. And truly, this is a message of hope that I think you all will see and witness tonight. I would like to call to the stage Zhang Buyu, apologies. I know. Vice President of Brand Experience from Hyundai Motor Company. Thank you so much. Please go ahead.
Good evening. Thanks for having us here. Just so you know, my name is Songwon-ji. It's very much similar when you say someone, so that's the trick. All right, so, you know, we believe the creation of more sustainable society is a shared responsibility, and the future must be built on collaboration. For brands, a sense of social responsibility is critical. Individuals must take action and believe their work. Hyundai Motor Company, we committed to increasing collaboration for sustainability under our vision, Progress for Humanity. And that is why 3 years ago, we entered into a historic partnership with the United Nations Development Program, and together we created a platform called For Tomorrow to help meet the sustainable development goals. What's meaningful about For Tomorrow is it brings grassroots innovators to the attention of the world. You will see some of them in tonight's film. Their work has made their communities more equitable and sustainable. We are so proud to have been involved in the production of For Tomorrow documentary. We would like to thank the director, producers, and our solution owners and UNDP. Many people have worked so hard to bring these stories to life. We hope they will help everyone believe that we can all make a difference. Finally, this month marks For Tomorrow's second anniversary. So we can look back and be proud, but we must also look forward and inspire each other into further action. So this is what we're gonna do as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. G, for your remarks. And now I would like to call to the stage Ambassador Anje Ledenstee for your opening remarks. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the floor, and I'm really proud to stand here. I will observe all the protocols, unlike Achim, a real diplomat must do. Dear Administrator Achim Steiner, Ambassador Yoon Oh, Deputy Permanent Representative of the Permanent Mission of the Republic of Korea, Mrs. Rhoda Al-Naini, representing the Khalifa bin Yassem Al-Kuwari Foundation, Director General of the Qatar Fund for Development, Mr. Songwon-ji, Vice President of Hyundai Motor Company, and above all, and I think this is the most important person I mentioned, Gina Lucarelli, on behalf of all the whole UNDP Accelerator Labs team, ladies and gentlemen. I thank, of course, UNDP and Hyundai for your invitation to tonight's world premiere of For Tomorrow, the documentary. And also let me congratulate UNDP for the achievements of its Accelerator Labs. They are, in our view, and this is why we financed them and supported it, a prime example on how to accelerate and scale up our efforts, bringing us closer to the full implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals. And as a founding member, a committed supporter, and the Accelerator Lab's major donor, Germany is very grateful for the excellent and rewarding cooperation we have experienced over the past 3 years. Just months after its inception, the Accelerator Labs already addressed more than 100 development challenges. It is a success story from the very beginning. And today it makes us proud to see that UNDP's boldness paid off and benefits not just 116 countries, but also, and I will explain why, UNDP as an organization. Because we think that with accelerating UNDP's learnings on how to face development challenges and an enhanced ability to adapt to an ever-changing world, the labs contributed to build an even better UNDP. I know it's almost impossible, but I think it's the UNDP also profited a lot and benefited from participating. Ladies and gentlemen, let me share with you also in this context that I can, of course, only welcome the success and visibility of the Accelerator Labs, which leads to the fact that I applaud that we have this documentary. It's a success story that has to be documented, and I'm very glad that it will be shown and be seen all over the world. I'm happy also to announce today that we have secured funding for the UNDP Accelerator Labs for 2023. And beside our financial support, Accelerator Labs, we also experience great on-the-ground collaboration with Germany's digital transformation centers, because they also were involved in this project in the broader sense and in several partner countries. For the future, we hope for even more room for experimentation, continuous new ideas and impulses and new concepts for global challenges. And I'm convinced that the Accelerator Labs are a model for development cooperation of the future, as Achim Steiner said. Let me now wish you all the success to the Accelerator Labs, what they deserve, and that for tomorrow the documentary further helps creating awareness around grassroots innovation and encourage even more people being bold, as UNDP was, and moving us towards a more inclusive and sustainable planet. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador, for your words of support. And once again, thank you for supporting the UNDP Accelerator Labs Network. I would like to welcome to the stage our last speaker for tonight before the grand opening, and Tran, director of this documentary.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Are you excited to see the film? I'm really excited to share this film with you and just to allow you to meet these really inspiring people in the next hour. When I first learned about the For Tomorrow platform, it was fascinating to read about all these projects happening all over the world to help achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. But it was a website, and so how could we translate this into a film and make it a cinematic journey? I wanted to engage people emotionally and just meet these really fascinating characters. I wanted the audience to see and feel what it's like to be in these countries, and just to be close to our characters and understand their struggles and also their strengths. Just a little bit about the background of making it. So I was in Vietnam, and I actually directed everything remotely, using Zoom, WhatsApp. We use local crews in all these different countries. We shot in about 9 countries. And often they would just show me on the computer around, and we would do interviews. So this is the first time I'm actually meeting in person, like Anavita and Emmanuel here. This was a rare opportunity to help tell a story from their perspectives and to show them as real people, not just like news clips that you would see. And I think often stories about the global south, they can be told from a place of pity and sadness. And yes, it's a tough world, but you can become very overwhelmed with the many problems we have. But I also wanted to show that it's a beautiful world. And It's one full of vibrant natural resources that many of us have become disconnected to. It's a place of exploration and community and care. And I wanted to show that innovation is relatable and familiar, and it can be fun and a rewarding place of discovery. This was also a chance to reframe how we think about innovation and remind everyone this power is within us all. Technology can be found in our past, intelligence, and isn't only in laboratories and corporations. It's happening in nature, in people's backyards, in schools. And I really wanted to show the connection between cultures and ultimately between all of us. This project really resonated with me. My parents are refugees who fled Vietnam at the end of the war. And I've witnessed firsthand how ordinary people can overcome huge obstacles and how hope can spark a better future. Did I say that right? How hope for a better future can spark creativity. And I dedicate this film to them. I was born and raised in the US, and a few years ago I moved to Hue An, Vietnam. It's a small town in central Vietnam by the sea. And that's where this project found me, and where I remotely directed all the shoots. But it was really this breakthrough with the internet, and I think the pandemic that in a way connected us all. And like the For Tomorrow platform, it can bring us closer together to create more change. So I'm so grateful for Emmanuel, Jamila, Home, Cheru, the Tenda Augusto Farming Association, Dr. Gita, for entrusting us to let us into their lives. And Emmanuel, I just wanted everyone to know that he has a GoFundMe that still could use a little bit of help if you are able. So if you go to GoFundMe and Google Emmanuel Mansoure and GoFundMe, you can find him there. Thank you to the international team behind the film. There's so many of you, but especially Lisand, Sarah, and Sue Ellen, who were really in the trenches with me. It's not often like I'm in the stress and I'm up here, but filmmaking can also be not that glamorous, and I think they can understand that. Thank you to Hyundai, UNDP, Sidley, Nation of Artists for giving me such a big canvas to help tell these stories. So let's start the film now so you can get to know these inspiring people. They remind all of us to remember where we are from and that we have the power to fight for the world that we hope for.
Thank you very much, Anne. And for all of you who are dying to ask her questions, please hold your thoughts, because we'll have a Q&A at the end of the screening with Anne, with Emmanuel, with Anil, with Gina. And I should just add that we were really, really trying hard to bring two female innovators that are featured, that Anne mentioned, Jamila and Wong. Unfortunately, due to visa issues, they were not able to make it. And it's just a stark reminder of how difficult it is, Emmanuel knows this very well, for people from the Global South to get a visa, but also at large some of the wider challenges that they're facing. We're very, very happy to have you here. I don't want to waste more time. It's time to see the documentary and witness all together those that are acting in the present for tomorrow. Thank you.